Foxborough on high alert. Patriots Nation, stop whatever you're doing, because what I'm about to tell you will shake the heart of every true fan of this legendary franchise. Behind the scenes at Gillette Stadium, the pressure is building. Tensions are rising, strategies are unfolding, and there's a burning hunger for victory in the air. And leading this revolution? None other than Elliott Wolf. Our general manager is more determined than ever to add another ring to the collection and bring the Patriots back to the top of the NFL. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. There are still some big decisions looming, and the team has a few key issues to resolve before we can start dreaming big. I'm about to tell you everything I've learned in the last few hours, straight from reliable sources. But before we dive into the details, smash that like button. Do it only if you believe Wolf knows exactly what he's doing, and that he can lead us all the way to another Super Bowl. And let me tell you, I believe it with all my heart. If you believe it too, drop this in the comments. Go Pats! Let's go to the Super Bowl. Now take a deep breath, lock in with me, because what comes next will change how you see this season. It's been just over a week of Patriots training camp, and already, there's one clear takeaway that fans need to hear. The rookie class is not just promising. They're reshaping the identity of this team from the trenches to the end zone. But hold up, before we even start throwing around future Pro Bowl projections or bold takes about Week 1 lineups, there's something brewing in Foxborough that deserves your full attention. Because what's happening right now might be a preview of the Patriots' next great core. Let's talk about the 4th overall pick, Will Campbell. You've probably already read the critiques, maybe even tweeted a few. T-Rex arms, should have been a guard. Is he even NFL ready? But here's what's really going on behind those padded practices. Campbell isn't just adjusting to the pro level, he's battling like a man possessed. His first reps in shells? Dominant. Reports from guys like Evan Lazar say he got a clean win over Keon White right out of the gate. And when they threw him into full pad action on July 29th, he didn't shrink. He went 2 for 2 in reps against both White and Eftton Chisum, who, by the way, has arguably been the most disruptive pass rusher on the field all camp. Now, was it all sunshine and pancakes? Not even close. In the second padded practice, Chisum turned up the heat and made life miserable for the rookie, racking up 2 sacks and a pressure in just 4 plays. That's a clinic. But instead of crumbling, Campbell responded exactly how Patriots fans would want, by going straight to Morgan Moses after practice, repeatedly, learning, adjusting, and pushing himself to be the best. This isn't just about performance. It's about mindset. Campbell is the kind of lineman who told the world on draft night, "I'm going to die on the field for Drake Maye." That's not just talk, it's who he is. Now look, concerns about his size persist. The arm length debate continues to swirl on Patriots Twitter. But the truth is, Campbell's wingspan is comparable to guys like Bernhard Raimann, who just landed a $100 million extension with the Colts. If we're using arm length to disqualify talent, we're playing the wrong game. You want a tackle who fights, adapts, and improves daily? You've got him in Will Campbell. And for those of you who still doubt, Morgan Moses, the seasoned vet, had this to say: he's eager to learn. He's hard on himself. I tell him sometimes, you got to give him grace. And he's like, excuse my language, F that. That's the mentality you build a foundation with. That's a bookend in the making. But Campbell isn't even the biggest rookie headline coming out of camp. That honor might belong to Jared Wilson. While the spotlight naturally lands on top picks, Wilson has quietly, and now loudly, earned his way into one of the most important jobs on the offense, starting left guard. And he's done it with a level of versatility that stunned even the coaching staff. According to Phil Perry, Wilson absolutely dominated one-on-one drills, neutralizing veterans like Stone Barr and Milton Williams. Not only is he physically imposing, he's a chess piece on the offensive line. On just one day of practice, he took reps at center, left guard, and right guard. That's not typical rookie behavior. That's a lineman with Pro Bowl potential. It's no longer a competition. Cole Strange? He's been demoted. His 5th-year option has already been declined. And barring something drastic, Jerod Wilson is your Week 1 starter at left guard. Mike Vrabel called him a quick learner, someone who soaked up everything he could while limited in the spring and now looks fully in command. And if Garrett Bradbury's health remains in question, Wilson's value becomes even more vital. This kid out of Georgia wasn't just a smart pick. He might be the steal of the draft for New England. But we're not stopping in the trenches. Let's shift to skill positions. And one name keeps echoing from every sideline report: Kyle Williams. If you're a Patriots fan, you should already be circling his name on your roster sheet. Some days, Pop Douglas steals the show. But lately, it's been Kyle Williams and Drake Maye looking like they've been teammates for years. Their chemistry is uncanny. Whether it's a fade in the red zone or a deep bomb dropped in the bucket, Williams is repeatedly where Maye needs him to be. On July 29th, Maye fired a touchdown fade to Williams that had the entire offense buzzing. The next day, he unleashed a 40-yard strike that hit Williams perfectly in stride. And remember, this isn't some veteran connection we're talking about. These are two rookies, just weeks into their NFL journey, already syncing up like franchise cornerstones. Even Christian Gonzalez is benefiting, going head-to-head with Williams in practice. According to Jerod Mayo himself, he's got strong hands. He's coming along and looking good. That's not hype, that's progress. That's what you want from a young wideout trying to carve out his place in the league. And speaking of wideouts, let's not forget Eftton Chisum. You probably didn't have him on your radar a few weeks ago, but he's forcing the issue, and fast. While Polk and Javon Baker continue to struggle, Chisum has started climbing the ladder. On July 30th, he was Josh Doe's top target. He made a highlight reel one-handed grab during red zone drills and started separating from every defender they lined him up against. Now, granted, it was mostly against depth guys, with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis not on the field. But you can only dominate who's in front of you, and Chisum did exactly that. What might really separate him is his special teams value. The Patriots are testing him out as a punt returner. But with Marcus Jones likely holding that job down, Chisum's path to the 53-man roster may follow a very familiar one, Julian Edelman's. Think back to the preseason moment when Edelman returned that punt and Bill Belichick asked Wes Welker if he'd ever heard of Wally Pipp. Chisum could be this year's version of that story. Vrabel's already confirmed that Jones is needed on special teams. That opens the door, slightly, for a guy like Chisum to force his way in if he shows out in preseason. So what do we make of all this? This rookie class is already reshaping the roster, creating new competition, and breathing fresh energy into a Patriots team that desperately needed it. From Campbell fighting to be a franchise tackle, to Wilson stabilizing the interior line, to Williams building early chemistry with his quarterback, and Chisum clawing his way into relevance, this is the kind of start that sets the tone for a new era. But now I want to hear from you. Which rookie are you most excited about? Are you fully sold on Will Campbell as your left tackle of the future? Do you think Jarrod Wilson has already surpassed the expectations of a typical mid-round pick? Can Kyle Williams be the next great Patriots wideout? And is Chisum this year's Edelman story waiting to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going, because training camp is only the beginning, and this rookie class might just be the future of Foxborough. As Patriots training camp rolls on, the rookie impact continues to ripple through the depth chart, and if you thought the early standouts were all offense, think again. Because even though we've highlighted Will Campbell, Jarrod Wilson, Kyle Williams, and Eftton Chisum, there's an unspoken energy flowing through this team that goes beyond individual highlights. It's the collective grit, the way these rookies have come in, bought into the system, and forced veterans to elevate or risk losing their spot. That kind of shakeup doesn't happen every year. And for Patriots fans who've been waiting for a spark since the post-Brady era began, this might be it. Let's circle back to something that's getting lost in the hype. The leadership surrounding these rookies. It's easy to focus on stats and reps, but take a moment to consider what it means when a rookie like Will Campbell, under constant scrutiny for his size, is being mentored day in and day out by Morgan Moses. This is a veteran who knows the grind, who's seeing rookies